From tieflings to turtles and halflings to Harengon, there are about 60 playable races in 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. What's a noob to do? Hey there, adventurers. I'm Judd. Welcome back to Short Rest Studios. Character creation in D&D is all about customization, but there is definitely such a thing as too many choices, and I think D&D found the line, like a long time ago. Physical abilities, traits, playstyle, a lot rides on your choice of race, or species, as is now the preferred term. This is one of the most important choices you'll make, and when you're creating your first character, the sheer number of options can be paralyzing. I don't care! But never fear, first-time adventurers. I'm here to give you the 5 best races for beginning D&D players, and you want to stick around after because I'm going to give you some more tips for choosing a species in case you want to go a different direction, which is a completely valid way to have fun. So here are the criteria that went into choosing these 5 D&D species. First, they're all in the player's handbook, so you don't have to worry about spending even more of your hard-earned cash. Ease of play. Some species have more complex traits and abilities, and that can make character creation hard for beginners. This is one of the most fun parts of the game, so I wanted to choose races that are relatively easy to play. Versatility. Some races are better suited to specific classes or playstyles. I wanted to give you choices that help you keep your options open, especially since if you're a beginner or someone you're sharing this video with is you probably have yet to discover your playstyle. Popularity. Don't be a conformist, but I did try to choose popular options because that means there are more resources available for you if you need them. With that out of the way, here are the 5 best races or species for beginning D&D players. Number 1, humans. I can literally hear some of the veterans out there rolling their eyes, but I think they're actually really versatile. In fact, I would say that humans are the most versatile race in Dungeons & Dragons. The player's handbook describes humans as adaptable. No, they don't have the kind of cool heritages and features that a lot of the other species have, but they're adaptable to pretty much any class. And if you use the variant human trait, your human character gains 1 feat of your choice. Everybody doesn't get that, y'all. Plus, for new players, role-playing can be weird enough. Maybe keeping it a little closer to home can take away some of that awkwardness. Number 2 on our list of the best D&D species for beginners, elves. Elves are graceful and intelligent, and they're one of the most well-known fantasy races. Why are they great for your first character? Well, any elf automatically adds 2 to their dexterity score, and depending on the subrace of elf you choose, you also get a bonus to your intelligence, wisdom, or charisma. This makes elves really well suited to classes like rogue, ranger, and wizard, but those aren't the only choices that make sense. Elves also have traits that give them proficiency in the perception skill or an affinity for magic. They're a solid choice. Coming in at number 3, dwarves. I have a soft spot for these guys. Dwarves are hardy and courageous and hairy. They get a constitution boost, which makes them better able to withstand things like poison. Depending on the subrace, they also get increased wisdom or strength. Dwarves make awesome fighters, clerics, and barbarians. Dwarves get dark vision, which can be a huge help if your DM remembers the dungeon is supposed to be dark. No comment. Dwarves also have traits that give them advantages in things like combat and craftsmanship. For real, dwarves are some of the toughest folk around. Plus, they're grumpy, and they hold grudges, which can make them a lot of fun to roleplay. Up next, number 4, halflings. Working on the assumption that most people watching this video have at least heard of Lord of the Rings, halflings are hobbits.
You don't understand! We're hobbits!
The term hobbit, TM, and copyright the Tolkien estate. That's why they're called halflings in D&D. It's all a legal thing. Halflings are small, they're nimble, and they have hairy feet. Wait, the hairy feet thing, that's hobbits. These ones actually wear shoes. Halflings get increased dexterity, and the subraces get wisdom or charisma boosts. That's why you so often see halflings as rogues, but they're also a great choice for a bard or a monk. Their small size gives them advantages in movement. They're lucky and they're brave, both of which can be really handy in combat. Plus, they're just so darn cute. And finally, at number 5 on our list, Dragonborn. If you just really want to play a character that isn't human looking and is just inherently freaking cool, go with Dragonborn. They're powerful, they're imposing, they're descended from dragons, which pretty much makes them the most D&D of D&D races. Dragonborn get an automatic increase to strength and charisma, so they make great fighters, paladins, and sorcerers. They have other cool species-specific traits too, but I don't think anyone will argue with me when I say the coolest one is they get a breath weapon, just like their dragon kin. You get to choose a color of dragon for your ancestry, and you get that dragon's breath weapon. Black gets acid, white gets cold, or you could go with the brass or red and get the classic fire. And of course, you have all the other dragon colors to choose from. If you're a DM or a veteran player watching this video, I'm willing to bet you have your own opinions on this. One of my favorite things about the TTRPG community is that we can support and learn from each other, so drop your favorite races for beginners in the comments. And if you'd like me to make more videos about other aspects of character creation, hey, let me know that too. Adventurers, this is the 75th episode of Short Rest Studios. It's kind of mind-blowing, honestly. I want you to know how much I appreciate your support, and there's going to be something big in the coming months as we approach the 100th episode. I promised you some additional tips for picking a species for your first D&D character, and here they are. Read the descriptions. I know it sounds dumb, but seriously, don't just pick one out of the PHB because it looks cool or easy. Every race has its own unique traits and abilities. You want to be sure you understand what your character can do. Consider the setting. Some races are more common in certain settings than others. Maybe your DM has created a world where dwarves don't exist. I, for one, do not want to live in that world, but I ain't your DM. You want to make sure that you choose a species that fits with the setting because it can have a real impact on your enjoyment. Talk to your dungeon master. If you've gone through the PHB and you've read all the descriptions and you've thought about the setting and you're still not sure which race to choose, talk to your DM. They can help you choose a race that's a good fit for you and for the campaign. And finally, don't be afraid to experiment. Dungeons & Dragons is a game. It's supposed to be fun, so there's no right or wrong answer when it comes to choosing a race. In the end, the most important thing is to choose a race that you think is going to be fun to play. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Check the description for a link to the Short Rest Studios shop, my Amazon affiliate links, and for 10% off at intotheam.com. And check out this video right here for